Hello, Internet. It's Jess from JessLikesStuff, and I'm here with my Twin Peaks rewatch. And today I'm going to talk about episode number 4, called Rest in Pain. What a great name for an episode. A lot had happened this episode, but I'm not going to go into every single thing that happened. I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that I thought was very important. So let's get into it. The episode starts with Audrey Horne slipping a piece of paper underneath Cooper's door that says Jack with one eye. Cooper figures that out at breakfast time when Audrey kind of corners him a little bit with her cute little shy wink winks, and Cooper has her write her name down, and he matches the handwriting. Cooper's so smart. I love him. He's so idiosyncratic and cute and weird. He's just great, but he's also super smart and a great detective. I like that. Another Audrey thing, in this episode, Laura Palmer's funeral happens, and Audrey is wearing this fantastic outfit and has her hair like slicked back, and she looks super awesome, tastic, very fierce 1990s/80s fierceness. Loved it. The funeral, how nuts was that? It took place outside, and everyone from the town was there. And it had a lot of just close shots of everyone. Even Log Lady was there. And Bobby was an asshat, yelled at everyone, and told James that he was going to kill him. And they almost got in a physical fight. And I was like laughing out loud. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be laughing at this part, but Leland, Laura Palmer's father, jumps in onto the coffin, and then the coffin goes up and down, and he's like yelling, hysterically crying, and his wife's like, "You're gonna ruin everything." That was just such dark, weird humor. I love that. Last episode they had the commercial for Invitation to Love, and this time they show a little bit of it, and it looked almost exactly like Too Many Cooks in how cheese-tastic it was, and I loved it. And apparently in the Invitation to Love, there's 2 twin sister characters that are played by the same actress. And in Twin Peaks, a character shows up who is Laura Palmer's cousin named Maddie, and it's played by the same actress, only the actress now has glasses and brown hair. The medical examiner, Albert. It was a complete butthead, per usual. I guess that's his style. But he did produce some things that are interesting for the case. He did the autopsy on Laura Palmer. He found a small piece of plastic in her stomach that had the letter J on it. And as you remember, I think Ronette had something like that underneath her nail. So it's definitely they were killed at the same place. And also, in Cooper's dream, Laura Palmer tells Cooper that her arms sometimes bend back, and Albert says that she had twine like here and here, and her arms bent back. So Cooper's dream was prophetic. Albert rubbed everyone the wrong way, but Cooper defended the town and said it was awesome sauce, which I liked. A couple more things. One, Nadine, the lady with the eye patch, was on full-on crazy mode. She's becoming my favorite character just because she's so out there crazy bipolar. And in this episode, her husband comes home and she's just like fawning all over him, like, "I love you so much. You know, I never thought you'd like me because you were in high school, you were going out with Norma, who owns the Double R." And it was just like so cheese-tastic and ugh. She's so crazy. I love her. But we find out a little piece of information that Norma and Ed were high school lovers, and somehow Ed ended up with crazy-ass Nadine. But I love Nadine, and she also shows her porcelain figure collection. Like, of course a person like that would have porcelain figures. In this episode, we see Shelley, Leo's poor wife, and she brings home a gun and hides it with the bloody shirt from, I believe, episode 1. I wonder what she's going to do with that gun. I hope it's shooting Leo, because he's a jerk face. A very important thing happened was that Josie talked to the sheriff and said that she thinks that Catherine is definitely trying to take over the mill and possibly kill her. It was very nice to see that Josie finally came out of herself and was able to verbalize what we all kind of knew was happening, is that Catherine's a terrible bitch. One of the big reveals this episode was the Bookhouse Boys. Who is it? Ed, Sheriff, and Hawk meet at the Double R and have Cooper there, and they say that we are a society that's been fighting an evil, that they love Twin Peaks, but there's an evil, a darkness in the forest, and them and many men before them have been fighting this evil, and they are the Bookhouse Boys. I don't really know what that means, but apparently it's significant, and they do this little thing like this, and that's like their secret sign to each other, which had happened in previous episodes, and I thought that was a little bit weird that like they go to each other like a secret code. Now we know it's the Bookhouse Boys, and Agent Cooper is a part of the Bookhouse Boys. So the Bookhouse Boys are investigating drugs coming in from the Canadian border, and that's very interesting, and it's definitely like off the books. They kind of rough up a French-Canadian guy who I really liked that French-Canadian guy's acting choices. I thought he was pretty funny. But Agent Cooper, despite being so such a good agent, was totally fine with them kind of doing this off-books roughing up of some random character because of drugs. So, and I think drugs are definitely going to be a thing that comes up again, cocaine, because Laura had cocaine in her system. Leo had something to do with cocaine. Bobby and Mike, cocaine, a lot of cocaine. I guess it was 80s tastic cocaine time. So I think that's an important thing that's happening this episode. I loved this episode. It wasn't the same kind of an episode as the past as last week's episode, but it had a lot of exposition, but it was done in a entertaining way. You get to see all of the stories interacting with each other and all the characters and how they're related. I love that. I am loving this show so much. I cannot wait to watch another episode and talk to you guys about it. I hope you're enjoying it too. Watch it with me, leave comments, like this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.